Today, I'm turning myself into the iconic Draculaura, because much like her, I've been pale, dramatic, and chronically over-accessorized since birth. Welcome to day 25 of 31 Days of Halloween Costumes.
I'm turning myself into the iconic Draculaura, because much like her, I've been pale, dramatic, and chronically over-accessorized since birth. So let's get into it.
Today, I'm turning myself into Nico from Rio, because I did Linda last year and I will never shut up about that, so we're gonna do it again. Welcome to day 30 of 31 Days of Halloween Costumes. Okay, for more
Today I'm going to be turning myself into the yellow bird from Rio, which if you don't know, his name is Nico. Last week I posted a video in the blue Rio bird costume and everybody loved it, but I know this one's going to top it by 1,000 times. Let's get into it.
Before understanding why people are calling out Natalie Reynolds for copying Sophie, you have to understand the kind of creator Natalie actually is. Natalie Reynolds is one of those creators who managed to rise to massive visibility not because of talent or originality, but because of consistently being controversial. At first glance, she might look like any other TikTok creator trying to grow an audience, but once you look deeper, a pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Almost every boost in Natalie's career has come from behavior that shocked people,
I already got my... Calm down! Calm down! Bro.
Bro, this is my first time being swatted. That's actually crazy. I mean, there's like 100 cops.
irritated people,
Oh my god. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
or directly copied someone who was already successful.
You lost the game. Empathetic. You lost the game.
And while this kind of strategy might seem sustainable in the short term, it becomes significantly more complicated once the audience realizes what is happening. The most interesting thing about Natalie's story is that despite her reputation worsening year after year, she keeps repeating the same actions as if she is incapable of producing any content unless someone else has already done it first. Her rise didn't come from creative storytelling or impressive editing or a unique skill set. Instead, she built her following on shock value, cheap stunts, and videos that felt designed to make viewers angry regardless of whether they enjoyed the content or not. One of the earliest examples was her public stunt, where she walked through public areas covered only in body paint, pretending it was a harmless experiment while clearly doing everything possible to get a scandalous reaction.
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here. I do have clothes on. That's fine.
Go closer.
Natalie Reynolds, a live stream influencer from the US, faced criticism after a social experiment in which she worked out at a gym and painted on leggings over a swimsuit. The incident showed Reynolds being confronted by a gym goer who told her she needed to leave due to her inappropriate attire.
Not in fine. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not...
No, I'm not reflective.
Reynolds had spent about 5 hours getting her outfit, consisting of blue body paint over nude swimsuit bottoms and a purple painted sports bra over nipple covers. In response to the backlash, she issued a public apology on social media, admitting a severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
I mean, she's covered, so...
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered, so we're not supposed to videotape her.
Reynolds' experiment and subsequent apology have led to discussions on the boundaries of social experiments and respect for community norms.
It was the kind of content that wasn't illegal, but definitely wasn't normal either. The point of the video wasn't to showcase art or push boundaries in a meaningful way. It was simply to get people to stare, record her, react, and share the clip so she could grow faster. That pattern of attention-seeking stunts would continue repeatedly, each one escalating slightly more than the last. Another moment that firmly set her reputation came from the situation where she dared a homeless or disabled woman to jump into a lake.
Scanner. There's a scanner that you need to look for in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I drown?
Then
I haven't been in the water. What is
you
that?
said you want to jump in.
I do kind of want to jump in. Huh? Oh,
and I'm
I should
scuba.
jump in
I'm,
with my sandals
I'm
on.
scuba certified. You should jump in.
All right.
And I think if you jump in, you'll be able to find the scanner.
The scanner?
Yeah. There's a scanner that's in the water over here. That's why I'm here.
Okay. And I can jump in and not gonna get in trouble. Right?
No.
No. All right. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting
You should just
hot.
jump in right now.
But I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Ready? Oh! Wait, what the fuck? Did you see her ass? What? Oh,
Instead of helping, Natalie filmed it, encouraged it, watched the woman struggle, and then acted as if the entire thing was a harmless joke. The lack of empathy shocked viewers more than the stunt itself, and the video spread because of how disturbing the behavior was. It wasn't accidental. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a clear example of someone who genuinely believed that anger and outrage were just another tool for content creation. While many creators run from controversy, Natalie chased it. Her videos became a predictable rotation of offensive jokes, staged pranks that risked people's safety, and attention-hungry antics that made her look less like an entertainer and more like someone desperately addicted to going viral. Yet her most defining characteristic wasn't the shock content, it was the copying, and this part of her identity didn't appear suddenly. It developed slowly, quietly, and then became impossible to ignore. The first major person Natalie began to mimic was, well, lots of small creators without established names. But the first major creator with an established name that Natalie began to mimic was Brooke Monk. Brooke's wholesome, clean aesthetic was the opposite of everything Natalie represented. But that didn't stop Natalie from basically replicating Brooke's entire visual style.
What am I supposed to say again?
I trust my girlfriend.
But I don't.
Can you just say it?
Okay, fine. I trust my girlfriend.
The poses, the outfits, the framing of videos, even the specific angles Brooke used in her content all started appearing on Natalie's page. At first, people assumed it was coincidence or trend following, but the more Natalie posted, the more similar the content became. It was almost eerie how identical the videos were. Fans of Brooke began pointing out side-by-side comparisons, and the similarities were undeniable. What made it worse was that Natalie also started interacting with Brooke's boyfriend's content in bizarre ways. She reposted edits, used portraits of him in her backgrounds, and made jokes that clearly referenced Brooke's personal life. It crossed the line from copying into obsession. And while most creators would have backed off once audiences noticed the similarities, Natalie doubled down by insisting everything was innocent, and people were simply reaching for drama. Meanwhile, her content continued recycling Brooke's visual identity so aggressively that even people who weren't familiar with Brooke could tell something felt off. But copying Brooke wasn't isolated to aesthetic choices. It was a strategy. Every time Natalie's views began to decline, she found a new creator to replicate. She would take their formula, their filmed concepts, their poses, their editing style, and fit herself into the same structure, hoping to recreate their success. Like this one time, he copied Tyler Vitelli's viral video word for word.
Me to make it look like I got into a car crash because I'm about to be late to a funeral, but I need an excuse for why I wasn't on time. Okay, here we go. Ah!
Can someone make an edit of me to make it look like I got into a car crash because I'm about to be late to a funeral, but I need an excuse as to why I wasn't on time? Okay, here we go.
It was almost mechanical. When her numbers dipped, she reacted not by innovating, but by choosing a new target. And while this behavior was already frustrating to watch, it eventually became more concerning once she shifted her attention as time went by. Over time, the list of creators Natalie copied grew. Leah Halton became another example. Then, smaller creators. Then, anyone whose content gained traction. Even when viewers tried to defend her, the volume of evidence made it harder and harder. Her videos often seemed like she was browsing through TikTok, finding what was popular that day and recreating it with her own face in the frame. The strange part was that she never hid it. She didn't change the ideas, she didn't adjust the timing, she didn't personalize anything. Even the audio choices were the same. As the months went on, her comment sections turned into long threads of people tagging the original creators she was imitating. The discussions were everywhere, and many people wondered why she never tried building her own identity. This was the reputation Natalie carried with her into 2024, and it created the perfect environment for what would eventually become her most obvious copying accusation.
Y2K ladybug costume quite literally broke the internet, and today we're gonna figure out why. Is it really all that? Welcome to day 10 of trying on Deathstock Halloween costumes from the 2000s and giving them to one of you guys for free. Like this costume?
Early 2000s ladybug Halloween costume quite literally broke the internet, so today we're gonna figure out why. I literally don't understand what the hype about because it's literally a ladybug, so hopefully this doesn't let me down. And I'm also—
You're not my mother. My mother doesn't have
buttons? Do you like them? I'm your other mother, silly. Now go tell your other father.
You're not my mother. My mother doesn't have
buttons? Do you like them? I'm your other mother, silly.
You're...
When she began copying Sophie Silva, it wasn't surprising for viewers. It was expected. People had seen her do this before. The only difference now was that Sophie's style was so unique and recognizable that copying it became impossible to deny. Sophie Silva is a creator with over 5 million followers on TikTok and 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Her style is extremely specific. She specializes in dress-up content, movie character transformations, Halloween-themed looks, and polished cinematic visuals. Her videos are clean, colorful, organized, and instantly recognizable. She has a calm personality, she avoids drama, and she has no history of controversies. She posts her content, interacts with her fans, and stays completely out of online conflict. Sophie's fan base often describes her as wholesome, creative, and peaceful. This matters because when someone copies her, the audience reacts more strongly. They view her as someone who deserves respect, not imitation. Because Sophie has such a consistent and distinct visual style, it was immediately noticeable when Natalie suddenly shifted her content to mirror Sophie's. With Sophie, the copying started almost immediately at an advanced level. Instead of gradually borrowing ideas, Natalie jumped straight into recreating Sophie's most iconic concepts, almost shot for shot. And this wasn't happening in isolation. This was happening right after Natalie's reputation had already tanked from her previous controversies. The reaction from viewers was immediate. People began stitching Sophie's originals next to Natalie's copies, showing the identical transitions, and almost frame-by-frame replication comments poured in, saying things like, "This looks exactly like Sophie, and you literally copied her whole video." The overwhelming feedback wasn't even angry at first. Many viewers were simply confused as to why Natalie continued repeating this pattern when she already knew audiences hated it. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more breakdowns of creators, controversies, and online drama, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.